Good morning, students. Welcome you all. So, we were discussing about the manufacturing industry. As I told you in the agriculture chapter, we discussed a lot about the primary sector. Now, we'll talk about the secondary, and obviously, we are going to discuss about the tertiary sector. Now, when I'm talking about the manufacturing sector, so hope it is clear to you. The secondary sectors involve in the process of manufacturing the goods and increasing the value of goods. Now, when I discuss with you about it, what is manufacturing? So, one mark question answer, what is manufacturing? Production of goods in large quantities after processing from raw material to more valuable product is known as manufacturing. As I told you, secondary sectors, what it do like this, that it added more values, because from when secondary sector collects raw material from the primary sectors, the raw they converted into the finished products. So don't you think that the value of that product is increased more, and the process is to increase the value? That is manufacturing. So when I am talking about that, we get sugar from the raw sugar cane. So sugar cane provides from the primary sector. Same cotton, cloth from the cotton, paper from the wood, and iron from the iron ore. So when we get the sugar, cloth, paper and iron, that is the secondary process. It means manufacturing. Isn't it, student? Now we'll talk about it. Do you think there is a need of manufacturing? Yes, obvious. This also I discuss with you. Now the bullet want to discuss with you. Why? The first point, it increases the economic strength. Second, reduces the dependence of people. Means makes independent. Obviously helpful for the employment. When we do the manufacturing of goods, it means we are capable to export and go with for the international trade, national and international. We are able to bring the foreign exchange through this manufacturing, able to remove the poverty and unemployment from our country. And the most important thing is that through this process only of manufacturing, we are able to convert the raw material into finished goods and increases the value. Now, when we talked about the location of industries, we talked in detail about this only. Geographical factors and non-geographical factors. Now, where these things are very important. Now, I am again letting you, because you should go with these bullets and elaborate if it is asked to you the questions. Geographical factors for location of industry, may they will ask you in this form the question. So geographical in the sense raw material, availability of water and good climate. These 3 points you have to elaborate. So you will get the idea of geographical factors responsible for location of industry and non-geographical factors, or maybe they will merge these questions. Non-geographical factors, it means electricity, labor, transport and communication, market, capital investment, and obviously government policies. So these are the questions will be asked to you like this. What will be the geographical and non-geographical factors for the location of industries? So just prepare this according to. Next, we talked about the industry 2, raw material, main role, capital investment, ownership, bulk. So today we are going to discuss about these two important industries. In this video, I'll discuss with you the most important primary one, agro-based industries. The agro-based industry, it means totally depend on primary sectors, means from the agriculture. On the basis of resources of the raw material, first actually two things are there, agro and mineral. Today in this video, we are going to discuss about agro-based industry. Correct? Let's start. Agro-based industries means what? It means that agriculture provides raw material to the industry to make furnished goods and add the values. Example, cotton, wool, jute, silk textile, rubber, sugar, tea, coffee, etc. So when the agriculture based industries They collect the raw material from these sector. What they do? Manufactures. Getting? Like when they collect the sugar cane, so we get sugar. So let's discuss about agro-based industries, which are agro-based industries. May it is clear how it is like cotton is important. Next, we'll talk about the most important concept of this cotton. The cotton textile, short answer also children, maybe it is asked to you or in detail. So just go with this explanation part of this. And these bullets will be helpful to you to, if they will ask you short answer or short answer or 5 marks question answer or describe it, so you are able to. We are talking about the textile like cotton textile. The first cotton textile mill was set up where? In Mumbai, 1854. If you remember, the Industrial Revolution we read in 9th standard. So this is what the process started. The cotton textile is mainly located where? Maharashtra, Gujarat. Because availability of raw cotton as black cotton soil is present. So why there is in Maharashtra and Gujarat cotton production we are able to see more? That is all because of black soil present. If you know the children, for any agriculture production, the soil is also the most important factor. So when I'm talking about that, there is a more production of cotton in Maharashtra or in Gujarat. That is first thing important, the soil. Which soil is suitable for the cotton production? Black soil. Okay, so black soil is there where? In Maharashtra and in Gujarat. Second thing, obviously we know that these places are very developed. So these states, if I talk about it, so good transport facility is there, even the port facilities. So when I'm talking about port, it means that cotton production which we are getting from Maharashtra or Gujarat, we not only do the national trade, even though helpful for international. So this is what the next important. If I'll compare about the population of these two places, so unemployment is also there, and these manufacturing industries giving place to the people, those who are unemployed. So here we are able to get one thing, that availability of labor at these two places. Even though we discuss the factors like that, the first I told you about the soil, then I'm talking about the labor. Next, I would like to let you about the climate. A good moist climate is here, which is required for the production of cotton from sowing the seeds till the harvest. So main export from here that we do: Japan, USA, UK, France, Sri Lanka, Nepal, East European countries. We cover up from these two places. Cotton textile is produced by three methods in India. Handloom is also there, power loom, and through the mills, which is very important. One mark question answer. Okay, handloom, power loom, and mills. Cotton textile industry involves ginning, spinning, weaving, dyeing, designing, tailoring, packaging to produce the ready-made garments. So do you think about this, that different type of employment is there in the cotton textile of industries? Yes. Even though helpful for the international employment also we able to give it. So this is what I'm talking about, the cotton textile, the first point of agro-based industry. Challenges which are there in front of cotton textile industry is what? That is scarcity of good quality of cotton. Main cotton growing area went to Pakistan during the division. Old machineries, now we are quite developed. Electric power supply, this is what the government is trying to do a lot about this. Low output from the labor, but today I am letting you that most of the challenges which I am letting you, it is solved. Tough competition from synthetic fibers, obviously, because cotton is quite expensive and synthetic is at very cheap rate is available. So here what it is, the different challenges are there in front of cotton. So here you should have to elaborate, if it is asked to you, what are the challenges in front of cotton textile industries to face. So these points should have to be elaborate for 5 marks. Next, these are, I'm just showing you the machines like handloom and power loom I told you. The cotton textile mills in India, just go through with this, and even though you are able to see that in your textbook also the map is given. About 90 silk textile mills are there in India, and India produced 8.5 lakh kg of silk yarn. More now it is there. This is what we are able to see, the Muga silk when I'm talking about the textiles, so we should have to go with this also. Jute, now we'll talk about the jute textiles. It's very hard, but it's also in demand. Let's see. India is the largest producer of raw jute and jute goods. There are about 70 jute mills in our country. First jute mill was set up in Rishra, that is in Kolkata, that is in the year 1859. Jute is used in making raw bags, carpets. Come on, children, think about it. More examples? Yes, you are able to think about it. Most of the jute mills are located along the Hooghly River, that is in the West Bengal. Raw jute is available, that is in the West Bengal. It's very means a good occupation over there. More people are engaged in this sector, and I'm telling you, jute is very much in demand now. Inexpensive water transport, a good network of railway, roadways, waterways, facility movement of raw material, easily they are able to transport in the jute industries. Abundant of water for processing raw jute is required. If it is possible, I'll share with you how they are making the jute. Cheap labor from the West Bengal, adjoining states of Bihar, Orissa, and Uttar Pradesh, it is available at this place. And Kolkata, as a large urban center, provides banking, insurance, and port facilities for the export of jute goods. And here I should have to say that India is capable in this, and we have surplus production, so we are able to export too. Challenges that there stiff competition in international markets from the synthetic substitutes and from other competitors like Bangladesh, Brazil, Philippines, Egypt, and Thailand. These are there. What we should have to do it, that is in 2005 we took action. That national jute policy was formulated with the objectives of increasing productivity, improving the quality, and ensuring that the good price to the jute farmers, and will helpful that good production will be there of our country. So when I'm talking about this, the next, it's very important. The first example also I shared with you in the slide only, sugar industry. Sugar industry, the raw material is required, sugar cane. India stands second as a world producer of sugar. India occupies the first place in the production of gur and khandesari. Raw material used here in the industry, that is in a bulk. Second largest agro-based industry after cotton. 2010 and 11 there were over 662 sugar mills, but now it is quite lot. Number of industries increase, where in Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Punjab, Haryana, Madhya Pradesh, most of the mills are near the sugar cultivated area. Because you might have read in the junior classes that sugarcane after harvesting should immediately transport in the industries. What happens, because as soon as it's harvested, it start to decrease its juice, so it should not be dry up. That gain sugarcane juice is very important to make the sugar. So here it is all nearby the industries, where industries are set up near the cultivation of sugarcane. Major challenges that it is there, that lot of seasonal changes are there, include the seasonal nature of the industry, old and efficient method, but we are trying to develop, and it's quite developed too. Transport, which is making it to delay to reach in the factories, and maximum use of bags. So here we are able to see that these lot of changes, challenges are there in front of sugar industry too. So they are trying, and government is also trying to solve this all problems. Sugar industries is shifting from north to southern India. Why? Question may be asked to you. Because UP Bihar were the main producer of sugarcane. Therefore, most of the sugar mills were located in these two states. But now sugar mills are shifting towards Maharashtra and Karnataka. What are the reasons because of this? Per hectare production of sugarcane is higher in southern India. Black soil is quite suitable for the sugarcane cultivation, and we are able to see that sugarcane is higher in Maharashtra and Karnataka. It means sugar can be produced more for less sugarcane. So mills and machines are new in southern states. New modern machines increases productivity. Crushing seasons for sugarcane is longer in states. So because of that, these industries from north, it is shifted to the south. Cooperative sugar mills are running successfully in the southern states, and this is what very suitable for the industry of sugar. sugar industry as we discussed. Thank you. If you have any problem related to this topic, please let me through the WhatsApp. Thank you very much.